Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. For today I've got all the eyeshadow palettes that I tried in the month of June. Like, I swear it's like I blinked and June was over. Do y'all feel that way? Because I feel like this was the fastest month ever. Anyways, so if you like ranking videos, eyeshadow palettes, indie brands, then make sure you are subscribed to my channel and let's jump into this ranking. So for today I've got 5 eyeshadow palettes to rank for you all. I'm gonna rank them from like least favorite to my most favorite, but honestly every single one of these palettes could be number one as far as the quality goes. They're all amazing. That's kind of what you get when you go from indie brands, and actually I have one mainstream brand. All the rest are indie. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. So number 5, this one was sent to me. This is from Gourmande Girls, and this is the Warriors Wear Pink palette. This is in collaboration with Syria Soto. I'm so sorry, I'm probably butchering your name, but you are freaking amazing, beautiful. So this palette is in collaboration with her. She is battling breast cancer, and some of the proceeds of this palette do go to her. If you would like to purchase this, this is a really good formula through and through. I've used all of these shades. I have used this palette so many times. This is like my go-to palette for whenever I want, like, I call it like my cotton candy look. I always pop into this blue and like this dream shade, and I buff it on top of some of these beautiful mattes down here. They're all so, like, as far as the mattes go, they're so soft and easy to blend. The shimmers are nice, and this one right here is so shifty and beautiful. Such an amazing palette, an amazing cause, and it's just so special and near and dear to my heart. I'm so thankful that they sent this over to me. And not to mention the packaging is so cute. So I don't know, it's just an amazing palette with such a lovely cause, and every time I look at it I just smile. So definitely check that one out if you would like to support an indie brand while also like the cause is so good as well. So next one, this is from Oden'S Cosmetics. This is the Jewels and Gems palette, and this is what the palette looks like as far as the packaging goes. It's so beautiful, and this is the color story. It honestly, I almost skipped this one, and I'm so glad that I did not. So like I said, all these palettes could be number one. Like, there's no cons to any of them. They're so amazing, but you know, for the fun of the ranking, I do have to put them somewhere. This palette right here gets me out of my comfort zone. It makes me always want to wear blues, which is so funny. I absolutely love pairing this one, this one, this one, and then this one to deepen it up. I love how you can get more berry tones, more light lavenders. You can even go into these two shades right here for like an everyday wearable look. There's so many different looks you can go into. This shimmer right here is one of my favorite shimmers I have in my collection. It's so beautiful and special. I love their formula. Some of the Oden'S eye shimmers tend to get hard pan for me, but they still work. I just noticed like they change immediately. Probably because I use my fingers, and like the oils from your fingers can mess with the shimmers. But yeah, normally whenever I use a brush they work fine. Just wanted to note that. But this quality is amazing. I don't know. I cannot believe I almost skipped on it, but it's just, it pulls me out of my comfort zone. I did not realize how much I would love this palette. It was a nice surprise. Okay, next, this one is number 3, and this is from Bella Beauty Bar, the Strange and Unusual palette. This is what I'm wearing today. This quality is out of this world beautiful. The shimmers just blew my skirt up, guys. Like, they are so beautiful. Squishy, soft, shifty, sparkly. They're incredible, and I love this shade for my inner corner. Like, I've been using it constantly. It's amazing. Oh, right here, my red shade actually came broke, and I put in a Natasha Denona, like the cream to powder formula in here, and honestly, it took it from here to here. Like, at first, I would not reach for this palette because it was so out of my comfort zone, and like, I just would stare at it, and I was like, I don't know what to do. But whenever I put this brown in here, I've been reaching for it constantly, I swear. So, like, if you have a palette in your collection and you're not necessarily reaching for it because maybe you just need a brown, or maybe you're a colorful lover and you're not reaching for a neutral palette, just pop in color or pop in a neutral, vice versa, whichever, you know, it pertains to you. But I just envision so many different looks when I see this palette. Now, all because I added this brown. So anyways, this has nothing to do with it. The mattes in here, other than obviously this one, they're okay. They're not my favorite formula. The Smoky Glam palette, those mattes to me are so much better, but they still perform nice. Like I said, the shimmers are the star of the show for this palette. Without a doubt, they are incredible. Sorry, I'm missing a nail. Just like ignore that. Haven't glued it back yet. Number 2. This one is from Natasha Denona, and this is the Yucca palette, and I love the packaging. It's so fun and beautiful, and this is what the inside looks like. Honestly, this one, I have been reaching for it constantly. I would say I don't know. This one at number one I've reached for the most for sure. But this one, these are just my favorite colors to wear in my collection. So this is why I reach for it the most. The shimmers in here are really nice. Like Natasha really brought her A game when it came to these shimmers. Are sparkly and beautiful. And I like how there's different textures with some of them. I love the mattes. You just have to be careful. Oh goodness. You have to be careful because it's very easy to get a very similar look every time you reach for it. So you have to kind of be aware and know, like, do you want the mustards, or do you just want to go in with the orange tones, or do you just want to go in with the green tones? So you kind of have to work for it in order to get a different look, or else they kind of all mesh with one another, but beautifully, without a doubt. And I love it so much. Like this little trio down here is so yummy. And then right here, this trio, this is what I go into if I want to everyday. This is like the top three I've been using to just like throw on my lids and go. Honestly, if you ignore the other palette, you can get an everyday look with just using these three. I love it. No complaints. Amazing. Number one, this is from Oden'S. Again, this is from the Stone and Rock collection. This is that palette, and this is what the inside looks like. This is just so beautiful, guys. Honestly, I see a lot of people comparing this with the Nomad. This one just is completely different in my opinion because it's so vibrant with the greens. I adore this palette. You can go super smoky, you can go green, you can go neutral. I love it. There's nothing to complain about with this palette. The shimmers are so sparkly and beautiful. Some are shifty. I love this white. I like how it's super light to super deep. You can get so many different looks with this palette. It's just one of my favorites in my collection. I love the formulation so much. Like the shimmers, they're just so beautiful and special. I love the sparkle that they have. And I also, before I wrap up this video, I wanted to note that I've been reaching for my Muse palette from Cosmic Brushes a lot. And something that I noticed with, in case you don't have the money to splurge on the two new Oden'S eye palettes, the Jules and Gem and the Stone and the Rock, honestly, I wanted to say that I was getting very similar looks with this palette right here. So it's not identical, but I did wanted to know that before, you know, wrapping up this month and kind of moving on, that if you wanted those vibes, but you needed a more affordable palette, I think that you would like this one. If you like the more soft romantic tones with those beautiful greens, some neutrals, even some of like the more grungy tones, I think that if you need to save the money, definitely I would steer you in this direction. But guys, every single one of these 5 palettes this month blew me away. They're all so amazing. I just love it when you have a good month and you don't have any misses. So please let me know some eyeshadow palettes that you have been trying and loving on. Are you just shopping your stash? Did you buy anything new? Currently right now, the palette that I'm kind of wanting to bring into my collection, it is from Blend Money. Oh my gosh, have y'all seen the new one, like the 90s vibe? Why can't, it's like the grungy 90s palette. I don't know, it looks so beautiful. I love the packaging. The shade names are lovely. So that's the kind of palette that I have on my radar right now. But anyways guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're doing well. I hope that you are healthy, happy, and safe. Stay beautiful. Bye guys.